Remember, worrying doesn't solve problems. It only steals your peace and energy. By focusing on what you can control, taking deliberate steps, and staying present, you can overcome anxiety and live fully in the moment. Start small, stay mindful, and reclaim your calm. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful reminders and tips to transform your life. 1. Worry and anxiety often stem from fearing events that may never happen. Worry is a natural response to uncertainty, but often it is fueled more by imagination than reality. Our minds have a tendency to create worst-case scenarios, painting vivid pictures of events that may never actually occur. This constant what-if thinking amplifies stress and keeps us trapped in a cycle of fear. Anxiety doesn't just arise from real problems, it thrives on hypothetical ones. When we dwell on situations that haven't happened yet, our brain treats them as if they are real threats. This triggers physical responses like increased heart rate, shallow breathing, and tension, even though no real danger exists. Over time, this habitual mental pattern can make small challenges feel overwhelming and distort our perception of reality. Breaking free from this requires recognizing the difference between genuine risks and imagined fears. By observing your thoughts objectively, you can start questioning their validity instead of accepting them as facts. Mindfulness and reflective thinking help us pause, step back, and prevent our minds from spiraling into unnecessary worry. 2. Most of our worries are about things outside our control. A large portion of human anxiety comes from focusing on circumstances we cannot influence. Whether it's the behavior of others, unexpected events, or global situations, trying to control the uncontrollable only heightens stress. Worrying about things outside our control is like trying to push water uphill. It expends energy without producing results. When we obsess over outcomes that depend on external factors, we give away our peace of mind. This can manifest in constant rumination about other people's decisions, fear of economic changes, or anxiety about future uncertainties. The more we fixate on these elements, the more powerless we feel, reinforcing a cycle of tension and helplessness. Recognizing what lies within our sphere of influence is key to breaking this pattern. We can control our responses, choices, and attitudes, but not the actions of others or the unpredictable turns of life. By redirecting our focus toward areas where our effort can make a real difference, we conserve mental energy and cultivate a sense of empowerment. Accepting uncertainty doesn't mean inaction. It means acting wisely on what we can influence while letting go of what we cannot. This shift is essential to reduce anxiety and live with clarity. 3. Focusing on what you can control. Actions, mindset, and attitude reduces anxiety. One of the most effective ways to overcome worry is to concentrate on the aspects of life you can influence. While we cannot dictate every event or outcome, we have full control over our own choices, behaviors, and mindset. Directing energy toward these areas turns anxiety into productive action, rather than passive fear. Your actions are the most tangible way to create change. Small, deliberate steps, like organizing your day, setting achievable goals, or preparing for challenges, provide a sense of accomplishment and stability. Similarly, cultivating a positive and resilient mindset allows you to interpret difficulties with perspective rather than panic. This mental approach can prevent minor setbacks from escalating into overwhelming stress. Attitude plays an equally important role. Choosing optimism, patience, and adaptability enables you to respond to unforeseen circumstances calmly. When we focus on what we can manage, we regain a sense of agency, even amidst uncertainty. This shift not only reduces anxiety, but also builds confidence and resilience over time. By consistently practicing control over your actions, mindset, and attitude, you gradually weaken worry's grip, transforming it from a source of fear into a motivator for meaningful, purposeful living. 4. Taking small, deliberate steps. Today diminishes the power of tomorrow's fears. Procrastination often magnifies worry. When we delay action, our mind fills the void with what-if scenarios, turning minor challenges into seemingly insurmountable obstacles. By taking small, intentional steps today, we reduce the uncertainty that fuels anxiety and build momentum toward tangible solutions. Even minor progress can have a significant psychological impact. Completing a single task, making a phone call, or organizing a small part of your life sends a signal to your brain that challenges are manageable. This incremental approach gradually erodes the imagined threats that cause sleepless nights and constant stress. Over time, the accumulation of small actions creates a sense of mastery and control, which directly counteracts worry. This principle also applies to preparation. Breaking large problems into manageable pieces allows you to address each part without feeling overwhelmed. When you act consistently, the future becomes less intimidating because you are actively shaping it rather than passively fearing it. By focusing on deliberate, achievable steps, you transform anxiety into purposeful action. What once felt like an overwhelming burden becomes a series of manageable, constructive moves, each one diminishing the power of tomorrow's fears. 5. Worrying does not solve problems. It only drains your peace and energy. Worry often masquerades as a solution, but in reality, it rarely produces practical outcomes. Spending hours ruminating on potential problems consumes mental and emotional energy without generating answers. This constant tension can leave you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and stuck, while the actual challenges remain unaddressed. Persistent worrying also affects your physical health. It can cause headaches, fatigue, sleep disturbances, and even weaken the immune system over time. By focusing on what could go wrong instead of what can be done, worry shifts your attention away from constructive action, keeping you trapped in a cycle of stress. Moreover, excessive anxiety clouds judgment and decision-making. When the mind is preoccupied with imagined scenarios, it becomes difficult to think clearly, plan effectively, or respond rationally to real challenges. The energy that could have been used to solve problems or take meaningful steps is wasted on fear and hesitation. Understanding that worry is unproductive is the first step toward breaking its hold. Redirecting attention from anxious thoughts to concrete actions, problem-solving, or simply accepting uncertainty preserves your energy, protects your well-being, and opens space for clarity and peace. 6. Choosing presence, mindfulness, and action over fear helps you live fully in the moment. One of the most powerful ways to overcome worry is to cultivate presence, fully engaging with the here and now. Anxiety often arises when the mind drifts into the future, imagining potential problems or dwelling on uncertainties. Mindfulness, the practice of observing your thoughts and sensations without judgment, anchors you in the present and prevents fear from controlling your emotions. Being present allows you to respond to life intentionally, rather than react impulsively to imagined threats. Simple practices like focusing on your breath, noticing your surroundings, or immersing yourself in a task can redirect energy away from anxious thinking. These small yet consistent efforts strengthen mental clarity and emotional resilience, Action amplifies the benefits of presence. By actively addressing challenges as they arise, you reinforce your sense of capability and reduce the imagined power of fears. Even minor steps, planning, learning, or simply taking care of yourself, keep you grounded and create momentum toward meaningful outcomes. Ultimately, embracing presence and mindful action transforms worry into purposeful living. Instead of being pulled into what-ifs or hypothetical fears, you engage fully with your life, appreciating each moment and moving forward with calm confidence and clarity. Remember, worrying doesn't solve problems. It only steals your peace and energy. By focusing on what you can control, taking deliberate steps, and staying present, you can overcome anxiety and live fully in the moment. Start small, stay mindful, and reclaim your calm. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful reminders and tips to transform your life.